Hey, beloveds, welcome to Saturday morning stretch at the park. Today, we are going to break down the Malasana squat. We are going to focus on the muscles around the knee, the ankles, and the overall hip flexor area. So we're going to go a little bit slower in our stretch, and I would encourage that we really focus on our breaths to initiate each movement. Standing in our standard standing parallel position, we're going to start with warm-ups, starting with spinal rolls. We're going to do 3 of these at a count of 8. I've put up a timer to help us with the count. Spinal rolls are great to wake up the body and reset the spine. As you slightly bend your knees to roll up your spine vertebrae by vertebrae, making sure that your head is the last to come up. Last spinal roll before we move on. Roll down the spine again for a count of 8. And then twist and turn your body to the right hand side and hug your right knee. Take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in. Exhale and then turn to center. With your next inhalation, turn to your left hand side and hug your left knee. Take a deep breath in here and out. With your next inhalation, turn to center and breathe out. Staying here, we're going to open up our feet in second position. You can turn out your feet slightly and then prepare to go into Malasana folds. We're going to do 10 of these folds to open up the hips and activate mobility. I've provided a moderation for a goddess squat. You really don't have to overexert yourself here because we're still warming up. Do whatever is accessible to you here, but make sure that you are pushing your knees over the toes in those goddess folds. To lubricate and strengthen our ankles, we are going to do these Malasana sways. We're going to do 10 of these. There's a goddess sway moderation provided if that is more accessible to you. We're going to conclude this warm-up with side lunges on our knees. Make sure that your left knee and your left heel are in line and that your right knee is in a 90 degrees angle, and push your knee over your toes with your heel fully planted on the ground. We're going to do 10 of these on each side. Switch sides, making sure that you still maintain that aligned posture. Alright, we're going to start our stretch flow on our knees with these side lunges, taking it slowly to intentionally open up and stretch the hamstrings and inner thighs. With a deep breath in, push out your knee over the toes and exhale as you're coming back to center. We're going to do 10 on each side. Doing hip work also means doing releasing work. A lot of people, especially women, hold stress in their hip area. Suppressed emotions and trauma are also stored in the hip area. So working on the hip area is more than just flexibility. It's about releasing all that stored stress, suppressed emotions, and traumas. Switch sides. So if at any point this work starts to feel tender and emotions come up and the water flow may start flowing, it's okay. You don't have to rationalize it or try to understand what's going on or why. Just let it flow and release it. It's all part of the work. And even if emotions or tears don't come up, that's also fine. It doesn't mean that the stretch is any less effective. Bring your knees together, tuck your toes and push yourself up into standing. Walk your feet together, slightly bend your knees and roll up your spine. Now stand with your feet as wide as is accessible to you and proceed into your Malasana squat or Goddess squat variation. We're going to do 10 side-to-side lunges to activate the glutes and fix any imbalances. So intentionally push your weight into your glutes and heels and take it slow and take deep breaths in and out as you move from one side lunge to another. Coming back to center, walk your feet together, slightly bend your knees and roll up your spine. Moving into our last stretch, stand parallel and roll down your spine, and then walk your arms into a downward facing dog. Extend your right leg, bend that knee and tug your right leg into a pigeon pose. You can place that right leg wherever is accessible to you. You want to hit a sweet spot between uncomfortable, not too painful, but just a good enough stretch. So really sit into that hip flexor. Now you can stay here, or you can walk your arms forward and lean into the stretch. Taking a deep breath in here and then breathe out. Another deep breath in and out. Last breath in. And on your next exhalation, come up and take your right arm to your left leg and hold it into this hip flexor stretch. These hip flexor stretches are great to stretch the groin muscle. Your groin, sacrum or rectus area is where a lot of emotions and traumas can be stored. So take a deep breath in here and out. You can pull that left leg in a bit more for that front thigh stretch. Take a deep breath in and release it. Untuck your toes and push yourself up into this half split. This is really good to stretch those calves and hamstrings. A deep breath in here and out. Another breath in. And as you are breathing out, proceed into this high lunge to strengthen the legs. Adjust into a wider stance here and then turn out your foot there for stability and balance. You can go ahead and bend that left knee slightly to really sit into that lunge. And then come out of it like so. Bend your knee slightly and roll up your spine. Now we're going to do that on the other side. Standing parallel, roll down your spine. Walk your arms into a downward facing dog. Now the left leg extends up in the air. You bend that left knee and tuck that left leg into a pigeon pose. Again, you can remain here, or you can walk your hands forward and relax into it. Taking a deep breath here and breathe out. Another deep breath in here and out. Last breath here. And with your next exhalation, come up onto your arms. Now your left arm will go to your right leg to pull it into that hip flexor stretch. Take a deep breath in. With your next exhalation, release that knee and arm and untuck your toes. Push yourself up into a half split and then take a deep breath in and out. One last breath in here, and with your next exhalation, transition into your high lunge. Again, you can adjust the stance into a wider stance and turn out your foot. Take a deep breath in here, slightly bending your knee for that stability and balance. And then come out of it like so. Untuck your toe. Then bring your legs into parallel, rolling up your spine. With your feet in parallel, slightly bend your knees to do these hip thrusts, pushing your pelvis back and in. We're going to do 10 of these to help open up and elongate the hip flexors, creating more space and ensuring that the hips return back to their natural position. And then open your feet up into second position, turn out your foot, and then just rotate your hips in a circular motion slowly, 10 times on each side. Switch sides. Really keep your knees bent. It helps to create mobility here. Then you can start playing around with your hips. You can start swaying your hips and playing around with this rotation in whatever way that feels comfortable to you. Whatever's accessible to you here, you can do it. You can go down if you can go down. What is important is that you sway your hips side to side, playing with your body, really having fun with it. I mean, it's your body. Move it, play with it. Rotate those hips so that we get movement and oxygen up in them hips. Do whatever is accessible to you here. If you can go down in that Sierra low down, listen, queen, I am for it. You can twerk if you can twerk. Listen, go for it. Have fun. Really play with it. And then you can gradually start to wind it down and slowing it down. Let's then move into jump twists. Jump twists are really great to release any toxins in the body and hydrate the fascia. The fascia is that thin lining between your muscle and your skin. It is your glow activator. To finish off, we're going to sit back into our Malasana. So stand with your feet as wide as is accessible to you. Take a deep breath in As you are exhaling out, proceed into your Malasana squat and sit here for a minute, taking deep breaths in and out to really ground and realign the spine. You can use your elbows here to push out your knees if you'd like a deeper stretch. I've also provided a moderation for a goddess squat if that is much more accessible to you. Just really stay here and breathe. Stay inside your body and give it gratitude. It has carried you thus far. What a pleasure it is to be able to move our bodies. It's actually a privilege. So really take it all in. And then roll up your spine. Walk your feet together. Bend your knees slightly and bring your arms up as you're taking in a deep breath in, and as you lower your arms down with your exhalation into this prayer position. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. If you would like another stretch after this, try this one. And if you enjoy these Saturday morning stretches at the park, consider subscribing and join me back here next week. See you on the next one.